Hey, I'm Hannah. You're listening to The Sesh'n. Joining me in the studio is Weekend Rage. Welcome, boys. How are we going?
Good evening. Hello.
Hey, how you going?
Thanks for having us.
No worries. So what have you been up to today?
I just had work. Yeah.
We're recovering, resting.
Yes.
Recovering from what, Matt?
What recovering from what? Well, we've had a cheeky run in the studio.
Ooh. Tell me about that. We're jumping straight into it.
We're jumping straight into.
Tell me what you can.
Well, we're recording songs. Mm-hmm. Songs.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, that's
Plural.
good.
Yeah.
Do those songs have lyrics or just instrumentals, or that's to be decided?
Oh, yeah. There was everything, yeah. We got full
Some
songs.
singing, some guitar, maybe some drums.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe some drums. They
Yeah.
might want to cut it out. In
No
the mix.
bass though.
No. Jacob didn't. Jacob couldn't make it because he had to go to work.
So yes, I do have Will, Matt, and Daniel in the studio. So you guys started out in April 2018.
Correct.
Yeah.
How did you all meet? How long had you known each other before that?
So, Matt and I had known each other since year 8 of high school. We played we
Played
played
in
with
school
each other.
bands.
Yeah.
And like that. So we've already been like acquainted, playing together.
What were these school bands like?
Like class bands, really. Like, we had our, like...
We had our own like little group, which was good, and then the class bands are just kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all right.
Were you doing like guitar and vocals and drumming back then?
Yeah,
There was no,
drumming.
like-
I was just a guitarist and then kind of just worked singing into it later on. And, yeah, we just had fun with it. And then Jacob and I met when we were kids. Like, he lived around the corner from me.
Oh, cool.
And
Yeah, and I don't know these guys like before 3 years ago. I went to high school with Jacob. And we sort of hated each other for a while, but then we became friends in year 12, and just sort of that's how I met these guys. They were looking for a second guitarist.
It was like a 2-3 degree separation. What sort of happened was that
Yeah.
Daniel and Jacob jammed together. Mm-hmm. I heard that they had another guitarist before I come along, and apparently he wasn't that good. Sorry to whoever that was.
Defamation.
and then Daniel texted me a message. I remember the date. It was April 22nd, 2018. And he's like, "Hey, yo, I got a bass player that I know. We want to have a jam. You want to jam?" And initially I was just thinking to myself, "Oh fuck, I don't want to do pop punk. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I want to do this. I want to do all this crazy shit." And then I don't know what happened. I got my
Pop punk could be a bit crazy, maybe. No.
I was just freshly 18. I was just thinking about all this shit, and then I got my head out of my ass, and I was like, "Matt, you are literally doing nothing creatively with the music. Just jam with them." And they're like, "Yeah, sure." And then I had the drum kit, so like, "Hey, can we come jam in your place?" And there was this tin shed. It was a really hot tin shed, and the feedback was terrible because of the metal around the walls. So we did our very first practice with just Daniel, Jacob, and myself, and then 2 or 3 practices where it was just Daniel, myself, and then
Yeah, and then I came along somehow. Yeah,
Did
snuck
you
into the band.
get to experience the tin shed days?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I
that
reckon
was
for-
so-
What was the
for a few
logic
times.
behind that? Why would you rehearse in a tin shed?
because
hot
that's where
tin shed?
that's where my drum kit was.
Yeah, it was
And I
just
like-
too
It was your
hard to-
fault.
Yeah, it was my fault.
Yeah.
So was the direction for Weekend Rage pretty clear and similar from the start, or
Oh, at first it was a bit of fun, really, until, I don't know, we were like, yeah, this is kind of working. We got like 4 or 5 songs together. So we kind of would frantically think of a band name and stuff like that. And we thought of Weekend Rage. We go, oh, that sounds all right. And
Yeah, I think we're just like, we'll leave it until we can think of something better. And
Then it stuck.
we're still waiting for that day, but nah.
If anybody's got
hasn't sued you yet?
if anybody's got any band names, hit us up.
Nah, it's iconic. It's
Of
iconic.
course it is. We kid.
So you did mention before you have been in the studio.
Yes.
We're not going to say the S word anymore, but I do want to know, how did you choose what song that you were going to like, or just in general, when it's like time to get into the studio, how do you choose what songs that's going to be?
oh, it's mainly like our favourite songs to play, like the ones that we have the most fun with.
Is that live or just in general?
Just in general, like we normally just choose the funnest songs that we're really vibing with at the moment, and that have probably the most crowd involvement and we get the most feedback from our friends or people that have come seeing us saying, "Oh yeah, that song sounds better than the others," kind of thing. So we always take that into account, and yeah, we just like it has to be fun. Like, it has to be just the funnest song, just to keep it fresh and keep us interested.
Yeah.
So what makes you like, so you're writing a song, right? And you've all jammed it together, and you haven't like played it live first. Do you know when you're onto a good song before you've played it at a gig, or does it take, playing it a couple of times and seeing how the crowd reacts?
Yeah, normally when we're learning songs, it has to be like clicking from the start. Like, we can't just like struggle with it, otherwise we just like give up and
I think we tried to push a couple songs like really far and like, we're gonna try and make this work, but I don't know. I think as soon as it's not really clicking with the band, then it's easiest just to chuck it out and start again, I think.
yeah, exactly.
So have you guys put yourself in a bit of a hole for having to always wear wigs and dresses in your music videos, or is that like, can we expect any more of that? 'Cause I thought it was gorgeous.
Yeah, I reckon
Not
we're
against
gonna.
it. I thought it was fun.
Yeah. Well, you weren't in the blonde wig and a dress, were you?
I was being a nerd.
But yeah, we had so much fun like making that video for Sunday morning. It was great. We had quite a few bevies during it.
It looked
as
like
well.
crazy
It
fun.
was really good.
I got rejected by Daniela, so I'm not very happy.
Yes, we would like to do it again. I don't know. We got a couple of ideas, and hopefully people will like that as well.
I'm sure they will. So you played the Adelaide circuit a heap of times now. What are your favourite venues to play? Or favourite gigs that you have played? Both.
Well, I'll be honest. One of my two
This is scary. Every time Maddie says, "I'll be honest," it's like,
No, this is good. My two favorite gigs. One was our Die Today single launch back in 2020 at the Jade. I don't know why, I just had a lot of fun at that one. Going back to 2019, our gig at the Exeter was
beer garden or
front
Front
bar.
bar.
But that was all. I don't know. That was just another really good one I enjoyed. This is back when I had my old shit, bloody Black Pearl kid I was playing with. But I think a very for me a sentimental one would be at the Gov first time around, because I've got a lot of family history at that place, and it was pretty sentimental for me to be playing up on stage. And my grandfather couldn't be there at that time, unfortunately, but it was just nice to go to that where he used to work and own it with his brothers and stuff. And we got this potentially another one coming up if it all goes ahead. The 27th of November, again, if it goes ahead, which my grandfather might be able to attend. So yeah, if there's the Gov,
front row spot for him, surely.
100%.
Or backstage.
100%, you get the green room. But those are my sort of standout gigs.
Yeah, I'm the same. Also, our Saturday single launch when we sold out Unibar.
Yeah, that was
I was gonna
really
say,
good night.
yeah, we've had some really good gigs at Unibar. Just like packing it out and
Yeah.
having people dancing and stuff, like back when you could dance. But yeah,
Sorry.
No, the most, I think, the most comfortable I've ever been at a venue is the Unibar. They're so like hospitable. They're very friendly. The manager Will there, and I think his name is Gus, the sound engineer. They're wonderful people, and they're very easy to work. Just good people.
Yeah.
Only complain about there is the toilets are upstairs. That's a bit annoying.
Yeah, the toilets are
especially
the
like
toilets
right
are
into the night.
downstairs for
Well,
us.
the girls' toilets are upstairs.
Yeah,
though.
well, that's what I'm saying. Is you got to go like.
I guess you got to go up and down as flight of stairs.
It's like
either
okay,
way.
it's okay. Am I gonna get mugged on the way to the toilet? We'll find out.
Keeping it interesting. Are there any traditions you've got before you hit the stage?
Many beers normally.
Good one.
I don't know. What
No,
was
that's
it?
perfect. You
Our Losing It single launch, we had a little bit of a dance backstage just to try to pump us up. Like,
We're just
Little
jumping
puddle
up
and
and
jump.
down.
yeah,
Which you will actually see that.
yeah.
Yeah,
We've got a live footage from that gig, so that's
Shout out
included.
to Ripley.
Yeah.
a shout out to Iris White, Shot, Ripley, Mel, Josh, everybody involved filming and editing and all that. AJ for doing the sound, DB Records, Fran for helping set up the gig.
There's so many wholesome people involved in what you guys do. Like, you've got
the-
a really good team around you, don't you?
The whole Adelaide, our little scene, the Adelaide music scene is just so wholesome. Everybody supports everybody. We go to each other's gigs. If not, we're sharing each other's stuff on social media, and we'll helping each other.
Yeah, like
in
buying
the sense.
merch, like everything. So I think the Adelaide music scene is like full of really good people.
Yeah, it's like a
at
little
the moment.
family.
Yeah, it's really supportive.
So speaking of being supported, you could pick one member each to join Weekend Rage. One, like another band member, like could be the most famous band in the world. Who would you bring into Weekend Rage, and what instrument would they play?
I'd put Mitchell Seeger on drums for Weekend Rage.
I'm letting Mac DeMarco replace me as guitarist. Because that guy's a gem.
You put me on the spot with that.
Put Freddie Mercury on vocals, please.
I was surprised that name didn't come up, but I was like, no, let's do it.
Are you okay, Matt?
I'll put probably Kynan on bass.
He's absolutely talented.
Yeah.
Very, very.
Sorry, Jacob.
So you mentioned before, like you've got like quite a few songs out. Actually, it's really good. I love going on your Spotify because a lot of like bands, you know, they've got one song out and you just want to hear more. So it's really good you've got so many other releases out. How have your like previous releases gone? What was the process of like putting out your music and?
Well, the first one, Wish I Was There, that was pretty simple. We just went in the studio, just told all of our friends that we got this single out, share it on Facebook. But then as we've gone through the singles, we've kind of like sent it to radio stations and stuff like that, and done a bit more work, like advertising that we've got a single out. It kind of hasn't worked really. Like our first single, first single
got like really
got the most views on Spotify and all that. But one of our recent singles, Sunday Morning, that got played on Short Fast Loud on Triple J. So
That's huge.
yeah, so that was really good.
And unfortunately, that one's just losing. It's already catching up to that on Spotify. So you just
Yeah,
look
I
at
don't
that because
know.
that's a good song.
Great song. I
How
don't
long ago
understand.
did Losing It come out? Like it was. Like I feel like it was yesterday, but I know obviously.
It came out September 11th, but we've had that song in the back catalogue since 2018.
Yeah.
Really? Why so long to put it out? Just
We've always just kind of written a new song that's we wanted to record and release as a single. Like, everyone's always like enjoyed listening to Losing It, but there's always been just that newer song that we would like to record.
Yeah, I think it was always going to get recorded, Losing It, and like pretty soon after. But I think we got pretty excited with like Saturday and Sunday Morning, like just trying to get those two out. And yeah, but it was always going to be put out soon, Losing It.
I was waiting for more day names to come out. Like, like it's gonna be like a Tuesday afternoon or something.
Just get an
Monday
EP
morning
of like
tea.
all days of the week.
I actually was kind of expecting that. Anyway, there are a couple gigs coming up for you boys. So stay tuned on your socials. That's the best way for people to find out about them.
Yes.
Exactly.
See them at a gig, go say hi and ask them there as well. So
We don't bite. I mean, I might talk your head off, but I don't bite.
We'll have a beer with you.
Fuck,
thanks so much for coming in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Cheers.